near term, the government really wanted to ensure the stability and the risk preventions during this big anniversary celebrations. But after that, we'll expect the government to resume some of the reform and the industrial policies which is already carried on. I categorize this into two groups. The first one will be promoting the innovations and to support the domestic self-sufficiencies in certain hardware technology areas. Second group will be to promote the common prosperities, which is really to improve the social safety net for the lower to middle income class, to reduce the living cost burdens of these group of people. If you look at the past industrial policies on education, housing, and to some extent to the antitrust regulations on the tech companies, etc., all related to reduce the living condition, living cost burdens of these people. So I think these policies will carry on.
Okay, and from a market standpoint, what does that mean for investors?
Yeah, I think for the market, first for the whole economy, we think that in the second half, when we will see some slow momentum in certain segments of the economy, for instance, the export and also in the property investment. But on the other hand, we see that consumption is catching up, partially because of the current lag in the service side of the consumption is mainly due to a still very strict social self-distancing policies. And we see that China is pushing out the vaccinations very, very rapidly. The current run rate is about over 20 million doses a day, and we're soon reaching about 75 to 80% of this vaccination coverage in the next 2 to 3 months. So the consumption will catching up. And also the fiscal side support will also increase in the third quarter after the more issuance of the local government special bond. To know that the Chinese policymakers has largely kept their powder dry during this pandemic because of the very effective control of the pandemic. And now they have a lot of room to buttress the growth trend in the second half if they see needed.